This is Spanish 2 PPI Exam Prep 16 through 20. 16. I play soccer. Yo juego al fútbol. Yo juego al fútbol. 17. As a child, I played soccer. De niño, yo jugaba al fútbol. De niño, yo jugaba al fútbol. 18. I have to study. Yo tengo que estudiar. Yo tengo que estudiar. 19. I always had to study. Yo siempre tenía que estudiar. Yo siempre tenía que estudiar. And 20. When it is hot, I swim. Cuando hace calor, yo nado. Cuando hace calor, yo nado. Let's look at 16. I play soccer. Yo juego al fútbol. First of all, remember that jugar is to play. Jugar, J-U-G-A-R. It's a boot verb in the present tense, so the O turns into U-E. What's the only form of jugar that doesn't stem change? The we form. Why doesn't the we form change, everybody? Because we keep our letter. Notice, you don't say yo juego fútbol, you say yo juego al fútbol. Let's pretend there's a guy named Al. Everybody say Al loves to play sports. Al loves to play sports. Anytime a sport is being played, you stick in an al. Juego al tenis. I play tennis. Jugamos al baseball. We play baseball. Also notice that football has an accent. This word ends in L, so it makes it what I call a lizard word. Remember, words that end in L, Z, R, or D, the very last vowel gets stressed. So we expect to say football, but that accent says, hey, don't stress the vowel you expect to stress, stress me. Now, how do we get from juego to jugaba? Well, from the present tense to the past tense, you go back to the infinitive. Juego comes from the infinitive verb jugar. So you go to jugar, chop off the AR and add aba. So yo jugaba al fútbol. You go to the infinitive, chop off the AR and add aba. When you go to the infinitive, the boot verb disappears. Stem changers disappear. Letters like G and Y in the yo form, all those disappear. Now, 18. I have to study. Tengo que estudiar. Tengo is I have, and estudiar is to study. Now, which sounds better? I have to study or I study? It's I have to study. So remember, when you hear the word to, like to study, don't chop and glue. Mr. Holt, tengo is I have. Estudiar is to study. Why is there a K? Remember this chant. Have to add K. Going to add A. Take it down now. Have to add K. Going to add A. Anytime you hear a form of have to, you have to stick in a K between the form of tener and the infinitive. Now, how do we get from tengo in the present to tenía in the past? Well, you don't just chop off the O and add ia. You have to go back to the infinitive. You go back to the AR, ER, IR verb. What infinitive, what AR, ER, IR verb does tengo come from? It comes from tener. And notice, when you go back to tener, the G disappears. So tener, chop off the ER and add ia. Mr. Holt, I thought you had an aba. Remember, say we keep our letter. Everybody, we keep our letter. If it's an AR verb, you chop off the AR and add a form of aba. And if it's an ER or IR verb like tener or comer, you chop off the ER or the IR and add ia. And you still need the K. In the present tense, I have to study has a K. And in the past tense, I had to study, it still has a K. Now the last one, present tense. When it is hot, I swim. Cuando hace calor, yo nado. Remember, this literally means when he is making it hot, because Spanish is based on religion. In English we say it is hot, it is cold. In Spanish you say he is making it hot, he is making it cold. This has been Spanish 2 PPI Exam Prep, sentences 16 through 20.